Okay, so you can tell us your name, what you're busy doing, and where you're from, and the startup that you're currently involved in.
Cool, my name's Dom. I'm the Chief Getting Shit Done Officer at Rooster,
Chief Getting Shit Done.
startup based in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And essentially we identify that millions of people wake up to an alarm every single morning, and it's not an experience that people enjoy, and the first sound that you hear should actually be something amazing. So we deliver content that's inspiring, funny, informative, useful, and that's how you should be starting every day.
From your perspective, what's one of the best ways to wake up? Like, what are the things that you offer?
I'm currently doing the Learn Something New Every Day channel.
Okay.
So like this morning I learned about the Italian war in Ethiopia, where they used to parachute live sheep into the war zone to have livestock to eat because the Italians wanted fresh food.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And how do you guys where do you get all the information from? Who puts it together? Do you have, how many on your team?
So there are 4 of us full time, and then we've got about 10 or so interns that come in and out.
Okay.
And we just create the content ourselves, pick stuff off YouTube, create it ourselves and put
Amazing,
it
put it out there. And what backgrounds do you guys all come from?
I studied accounting, finance and soul destruction at UCT, and then my co-founders, they got engineering backgrounds.
Okay.
And then our 4th employee, she's was an evangelist and then became atheist, and now she's in marketing.
Amazing, sounds like a really, really interesting team. And so where you guys at now?
Cool, so we launched about 6 months ago.
Okay, nice.
Just been very focused on the product, testing it, what are people's feedback. So we've got 4,000 people signed in, delivered 100,000 alarms so far.
Amazing.
And yeah, got some really cool reviews, and keen to keep growing it.
And what have you guys learned? What has been your biggest lesson so far?
Just how difficult it is to get an app that's sticky. So firstly, to get someone to download an app and then to actually consistently use it is incredibly difficult. People are vain, they don't want to spend any time figuring anything out.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult to capture their attention and then keep it.
So how do you guys plan on getting to 1 million users?
So we're very much focused on the product now, not on growth. But when we try grow, we either go for certain verticals that will resonate a lot with people, or try to get influencers on board. One of our big competitors was the Rock Clock. So
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson had his own alarm app called the Rock Clock. It was a really average app, but because of him, it got 5 million downloads. So we could be a platform where leaders like Ellen DeGeneres connects with her audience, the Pope prays with Catholics around the world first thing in the morning. So if we could get just one big influencer on board, I think we would grow pretty quickly.
Amazing, this is really, really interesting. Okay, so as a South African entrepreneur in Silicon Valley, what advice do you have for guys stepping into this really competitive app space?
So I'm definitely not qualified to give any advice, but all I can say is I work from 7 in the morning till 11 at night every single day.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna work as hard as I can for as long as I can, and that's the only stuff that I have in my own control.
Yeah.
So we can't control everything else, but you can definitely control how hard you work and try.
Awesome. So I'm really interested in what people are loving. Like, what are people really taking up the most?
So many different things. So everyone has different tastes.
Okay.
Nature sounds has been very popular, to wake up slowly to something beautiful.
Yeah.
Then Christian worship has resonated with a lot of people, to start your day with your faith in mind.
Yeah.
And then I would say the social aspect of Rooster, which I haven't explained, people have been sending a lot of personal messages and music to wake their friends up with something that's meaningful, and people really love that.
You can send a personal message
Yes.
along with the song or along with the message. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Should we ask just a couple more questions? Just like off the bat?
it's golden.
So how are you guys getting new users? Like, what is talk about growth hacking? You can cut this part and then you can tell me what to ask. Along with the song or along with the message. That's great.
Yeah.
And how would I actually go about doing that? So you don't have to roll this. I'm really, really interested. But like, amazing. This is really, really interesting. And on that note, what advice do you have for young entrepreneurs? Just like yourselves, playing specifically.